I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Amy.
Let's discuss.
It's our episode 3.
Episode 3.
So
yes.
exciting. Cheers to 3 episodes.
Yes.
Yay. And, okay, should we start with our sound of the day?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I bet you'll have a good
Okay.
sound. You had like a good weekend. It's the weekend right now, so.
Yeah, ready?
Okay. Wait, I have to think about my sound.
Okay. I'm like thinking of mine, but like I always do just what like comes into mind first. Like don't even think.
Okay, I don't
want
want
to
to overthink it then. Yeah.
just
Okay.
fucking-
All right. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
You're.
Ah!
You're.
It's the first time ours were like totally different.
Yeah.
Although
we haven't seen each other a lot this week. Maybe that's
barely.
why.
We've been passing ships in the night.
Yeah, in the
Or in the
night.
morning, more like it. Tell me about
It's
your
like we're in a toxic relationship where we don't see each other anymore. Like.
It's like, I feel like we're
back to sleep. I have an early meeting out of town. Okay. Anyways.
Wow, that was the best Hamilton rendition
Wow,
we've
I
ever
know,
done.
right?
We should just do a whole episode where we
Lin-Manuel.
just sing.
Hire me. Okay.
Okay. Tell me about your.
I'm just like, you know what? Like we're doing this. We're going through Valentine's Day just happened, which also I brought a friend. Isn't this so cute? My boyfriend brought me this giant Highland cow as a part of my Valentine's Day gift.
And now you have 2 giant plushies.
Yeah.
You have that
He gave
and
me a really,
capybara.
really big, like, capybara plushie
Like,
from
that
Build-A-Bear.
size. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even this one's a little bit more soft though. Like the capybara is dense. Like that
She
thing
is. She's thick.
She's a thick gal.
With the CCC.
So yeah. So my week's been good overall. I feel like I'm just like, what am I doing? I need to get back on making a content schedule, things like that. Figuring out like what I need to do productivity wise in the next week, and I'm also waiting to hear back from a job interview. And it's making me a little bit nervous, but I'm like, you know, that's okay.
We don't want to say what it is though, but
No, I'm not gonna say
it's not an
anything about
acting
it.
job or anything like that. But it's kind of an interesting
like
thing.
I'm actually like not auditioning for jobs. I'm like doing interviews. Well, I did an interview for a job recently.
Yeah.
And so I'm like fingers crossed waiting to hear back, and I'm gonna text them if I don't hear back today.
Well,
yeah.
you won't hear anything today. It's Sunday. You probably won't. You'll hear
what's it called?
tomorrow,
If
maybe.
they don't text, like tomorrow, I'm gonna text them.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. But yeah.
I feel like Ruby maybe is about to bark.
It's
Nope.
been
Okay.
good overall, and that's why I was like, you're like,
You're-
you know what, you're like
you're-
that's a pretty mid sound.
I don't even remember what my sound was now. I was like,
Some shit like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I'm actually like fairly relaxed today, but I still have a lot on my mind. That's what my sound was.
I'm today too, but I'm also just like.
I went for a hike this morning.
Ooh, look at you being productive and active.
I know. I woke up early. That's Ruby drinking. In case you hear that.
Our dog is like in the background.
Sounds probably amazing on the audio.
I bet.
But yeah, I got up. I went for a hike. You know what? I have really been neglecting my cardio. This is not what this episode is about. It's just us talking about because we haven't seen each other in like 3 days, so we're just catching up.
Hey.
But maybe it should just be the catch up episode. But
Right.
I really have been neglecting my cardio, just fitness in general. But I generally will just work out at home, and I'll do like a yoga video on YouTube, or I'll do like a little hit set, like a 20-minute hit session, or I just do videos on YouTube or just do my own workout. And I've not been doing cardio except for walking the dog. And like the hike that I went on, it has a very steep hill at the beginning. My heart was pounding. I felt so like, oh my God, I need to.
What gets me the most is I'll go to the gym, I'll do the Stairmaster, and then I'll do it for like 8 minutes, like not even that long. I'm winded. I'm done. And then after that, I'm going to walk up the stairs to the weight room. And I'm like, dying from doing stairs, now going up more stairs.
And you're still kind of a child, Aubrey, so like...
Whoa.
I mean, I'm old, I have an excuse, but...
So Amy hates children. You see how it is. You see the abuse going on.
Abuse.
The abuse.
I mean, no, I really get kind of down on myself about this because, I mean, you know, I ran the LA Marathon.
Yeah.
I did the... St. Paul to Chicago AIDS ride. I rode a bicycle 550 miles, and now I'm like on one 2.5 mile hike, and I'm like, Ruby is trying so hard to get on the couch. Okay.
Our dog
okay.
is, yeah.
So, okay. Anyway, and we need to now tell them what our snack is of the episode.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Very
excited
important
about
thing.
this. You
Me
have had
too.
this or you haven't?
I don't, maybe when I was really young, but I've never.
Okay. Well, we today are going to try with these. We're doing it at Trader Joe's.
You want to hear, for the people, watching, listening.
Whoa,
for
whoa,
the
whoa.
Whoa, I'm entering that flow
Whoa,
state.
whoa.
For people just listening, there's crinkling because there is a chip bag right now.
Yes, and it is the bag of Trader Joe's organic corn chip dippers.
So good.
And we are going to dip
classic.
it.
A classic Trader Joe's thing.
Oh, wait, here I have actually poured out a bowl for us. We're going to dip them in. Oh, I didn't bring the container over, but it's the Trader Joe's buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
And you buy it in the refrigerated aisle where like the hummus and the dips are, but you heat it up and you eat it warm. Okay. Anyway, it's in this bowl and we're going to cheers. Ready? How's that for ASMR? It's good, isn't it?
Wow, that's really good.
Highly suggest this.
Oh,
It's super good.
I'm just a sucker for buffalo chicken dip.
It's a very dairy heavy dip though, so
Be warned.
take a lactate
lactose.
if you need to.
Yeah. She's lactose intolerant. Oh, wait, we've been over this.
We talked about it.
You know us by now.
All right, so okay.
Today, our topic is the holidays.
Holidays.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun.
Because we just got through. Let's see. What happened this year?
Well, we made it to President's Weekend, which means like all the major holidays are finally kind of over.
Nah, but now there's Easter. There's still St. Patty's Day. There's no like.
But then there's
big,
nothing
like,
for a long
I have
time.
to buy presents for people things right now.
Yeah, but it's
We
like
just
you
got
have
through
Halloween,
Valentine's Day.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah if you do that, Kwanzaa if you do that.
It's a lot.
And like I don't know, was Ramadan in there? There were things. There were lots of things, but and then we just had Valentine's Day.
And bro, yesterday my boyfriend was like, "Oh, like I feel like I just need like a solid 3 months where there isn't any holidays happening." And I'm like, I agree. Like I completely agree.
Well, he does a lot. Like
he does so much.
he likes to buy gifts, and he's very sweet. He actually bought me a Valentine's
He
gift.
did, and he has 2 roommates who are girls who are single currently, and he bought them flowers and chocolate strawberries as well. He's just very sweet.
He's a
you
very
know?
thoughtful person. Good job, Aubrey. Yeah, so I used to be a big gift giver when I was younger.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I've given up.
Both of us are like that with each other too. We're like,
Kind of, yeah.
We're more of like an experienced person. So, take somebody out to dinner.
Yeah.
Get them like.
I thought you said
massages.
inexperienced. I'm like, we're inexperienced at buying gifts? What do you mean?
Like,
I thought you
we
said
like
inexperienced.
Experienced gifts.
Yes, we like experiences. Yeah, I'd rather do something with you than
Like,
give you something.
We like theme parks, as you know.
Limworld. Go to episode
Episode 1
to hear the Limworld story.
But yeah, so this year you bought me a trip to New York, kind of, or
Yeah,
she
that was
took
kind of
me
your
to see a show.
kind of your Christmas gift was.
That was like kind
York.
keyword kind of. No,
Well,
she also bought me a Dubai chocolate making kit, which
Still have to do that.
I still have to make it.
We could make it and eat it on the podcast. Did you want to make it with Eric?
I did kind of want to make it with Eric.
Okay, love wins. Whatever. Wait, you love me?
She's bitter and single.
I'm not bitter. I'm just single.
Yeah, we just made it through all the major holidays, and now it just feels like we can all breathe for a little bit. Yeah, bet some of you guys feel that way too.
But here's the thing: is like, not that you're not an adult, you're legally like an adult, but you are only 18. Like, as an adult who's been around the block a couple times, this time of the year is also like super stressful because it's like property taxes and taxes coming up. This is actually my least favorite time of the year, I think, because of that, because it's always a big financial stress. Like, oh my God, because property taxes are just like a ton of money to have to put out at once. and like you just came out of the holidays, so you just came out of a big spending time. So I'm like,
Right.
ugh, I hate the early, like end of the winter and into the spring. I'd hate it. And like once that's done, then it's like you can kind of relax and just be normal for a while.
Yeah, no, that's
So you have that to look forward to someday.
Yay.
What's your favorite of like the major holidays? What's your favorite?
Well, as a kid, it was Christmas because of Santa Claus. We can get to how
Oh
I found
God!
out. We'll talk about how I found out. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
Lord.
I said like let's do a holiday episode because I feel like we both have a million holiday stories.
We do.
We do. Christmas when I was younger because Santa Claus, duh. Now, I don't know. Is it weird to say that I don't really care about the holidays that much? Like, I care because I like giving other people gifts or doing things like that. But from a standpoint of, like, we're gonna be here and, like, do this, like, sometimes I'm like, meh.
Well, I think
about
a lot
it.
of that
Now
is
I'm
because
older, I'm just like,
I mean, I'm guessing because
sue me.
for me, like, I'm not like a huge holiday person either. I think it's twofold. Is one, we don't have a big family.
we don't. We have no family in LA besides ourselves.
It's just us, and then your sister who lives in a different state, and we only really recently reconnected with her on a more regular basis, where we do things together and stuff like that. So before it was just like, here's a birthday card or whatever, that was it, because you guys didn't get to grow up together. So, and she's quite a bit older. So, so yeah, just not really having family here in LA, but on top of that, not really having a big family overall on either side. And then we're also not religious people. So, because that's like a big component of it for a lot of other people who are like very religious or devout about like what the holiday means in their faith. So we're not like, oh God, we have to go to the church service or whatever. We're not like
I used
really.
to go to the church service when I was.
Not with
older.
me. Not with me.
On my other side of the family when I go home with my grandparents and stuff.
But it wasn't
I
like,
remember them
wow, I
dragging
can't
me
wait
to
for the
church.
church. You know, like,
Yeah.
you weren't like, I can't wait for Christmas so I can go to church.
Yeah,
Like-
like I didn't grow up religious at all, so the holidays really had nothing to do with religion. But Santa Claus did happen, the Easter Bunny happened, the Tooth Fairy happened. That's not associated with the holiday, but same concept, you know? Lying to your children, the best concept.
Yeah, so that's the controversy, right? Like, is it okay to lie to your kids about these mythical beings? And I actually didn't want to do it. Not that I'm the biggest stick in the mud ever. I wanted to do fun things with you on the holidays, but I just didn't want to lie to you. I felt like it was weird. I'm like, so what my plan was to do for Santa Claus, because I was devastated when I found out there were, okay, if there are little kids watching right now,
I know, little kids.
we're going to talk about Santa Claus. Just, okay, we have warned you.
Trigger warning, we're talking
If you're
about
listening in the
Santa
car
Claus.
with your little kids, or you're at home in the kitchen, or you're watching on YouTube, okay, well, I feel bad now. What if there's a kid, like, you have young fans. Okay, it's a podcast. Get over it. All right. So when I found out, I think I was around the same age as you, like 8 or 9. That seems to be a really common age. And it's weird because I have had 3 older siblings, and I think for many years I already kind of knew because they knew for years and had to like fake it for me. And like you can kind of tell, like kids are perceptive. But I
Kids
didn't
get skeptical. Like, I was so skeptical about it, too.
Well, and you had older friends like Hudson Yang. Remember
Okay,
Hudson
name
was
dropping up in this bitch.
I know. Well, Hudson from Fresh Off the Boat, he's like we've been friends with him and his dad and his his family for quite a while.
great.
And like yeah, but Hudson is old. He's 22, I think ish.
Yeah, and I'm
And you're 18.
18.
And he totally told you, he's like, "Oh, it's just your mom and dad."
Oh my
And
god, Hudson, boy.
Do you remember that? And you asked me, you're like, Hudson told me that Santa Claus is just you, like, your parents. And I'm like, so mad. I'm like,
no way.
I'm like,
Mom
I don't know
wasn't
why he
recreating
said that
it
to you.
here.
So then you have to keep lying. Then you have to perpetuate the lie even more. Now you have to lie again, like, no, that kid's crazy. Don't listen to him. I don't know what I said, but I was devastated when I found out. My mom told me in a very just like, not very
what'd Jan
sensitive
Anderson
way.
say? What?
Jan Anderson, so me being the youngest of 4 kids, I think she was just kind of over it at that point. Nothing was special for me. So I remember I was around like 8 or 9, and I had, on my dad's side, we had relatives that lived out in the country, kind of near where Grandpa lives now. And this is in Minnesota. And we did not visit them a ton, like maybe once or twice a year. And we rarely spent holidays, but for whatever reason that year, we went to go spend Christmas with them. And we were driving up, and we were going to stay overnight a couple nights and stuff. And we were driving up in separate cars because there were 6 people in my family. So I was in a car with my mom. And I remember, like, all of a sudden, I was like, ding, like this thought occurred to me. I was like, oh, Mom, is Santa going to know that we're not at home? That we're not at our house? And she was like, I think she just didn't want to have to, like, keep lying to me. And she was just tired of it. And I'm the 4th kid. So she would, oh, Amy, there's no Santa Claus. It's not real.
Damn! At the ripe age of what? How old were you?
Like 8 or 9.
Oh, that's around the age that you figure
That's
out,
about
though.
the age, and I think I did know, but just to have your mom say it to you, like, that was devastating.
I know.
And I remember just sitting in the passenger seat of the car, and like just tears were falling into my lap, and it was just silent for a long time. She didn't say, "Oh, I'm sorry," nothing. I was like, Anyway, that's how I found out. But I didn't want to lie about it because of that.
So that other parent in my life was like, no, like, we're gonna do Santa Claus. My mom was like, this is like from my perspective. And you were like, oh, like, you didn't want to do Santa Claus because you didn't want to lie to me. And then...
Not quite, but go ahead.
Okay. You didn't want to do Santa Claus because you didn't want to lie to me, or you were kind of like playing around with the Santa Claus concept. And so then, without my mom's permission, my dad then did Santa Claus. Therefore... my mom has to do Santa Claus too.
Yeah, I'm not
because I can't believe 2 things in 2 separate houses.
Essentially, what did happen.
And yeah,
because I talked to him. We had split when she was an infant,
really young.
So by the time it was like, oh, are we gonna do the Santa thing or not? My idea was, I said, I just don't really like that idea of lying to her all the time. So I thought it would be cool if we can still do Santa. Like, she'll get gifts from Santa and be surprised on Christmas morning. But I wanted to know that it was us that did it, and it's in the spirit of Christmas and of St. Nicholas, who, Santa Claus is based on. And so it's still a surprise, and I don't want her to think there's some dude who's watching you and watching your behavior and flies through the sky with reindeer. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So it's the same reason I'm not religious. Okay, so anyway.
I was just going to say, well, get surprised, because there are adults who believe that too.
Well,
no.
Oh boy, we're gonna get controversial.
No,
okay, anyway.
I didn't say it.
But me personally, that is also why I'm not like a religious person. To me, it's the same concept. So anyway, like, if you're good, you get a Scooby snack, and if you're bad, you can get punished. So there's this guy who's watching you all the time. And he's gonna like give you stuff or take it away. So anyway, he was like, yeah, that's cool, that other figure, and then when you were like 2.5 or so, like a half-ish, because you were born in June, so like Christmas would be your half birthdays. And I remember you like came home to my house from his house, and you were like, Mommy, there's this guy called Santa Claus, and he's gonna bring me presents on Christmas. He's gonna come down the chimney. Like, you were telling me the whole story. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, I was...
Motherfucker.
He just completely undermined... Anyway, I mean, that was like par for the course,
How old was
though.
I? Like, what year was this, do you think?
You were probably, I want to say... I am horrible with dates and like calendar and stuff, but you were either 2.5 or 3.5.
Dang. So yeah, this is like right at the beginning of when I could talk and stuff. Like,
learned the Santa Claus age lore. When you start to believe that stuff and understand it stuff. So then I'm like, I'm not gonna be the bitch who's like, no, it's not. That's not true. And that other figure is a liar. I'm like, what am I gonna say? So I just went along with it, and then we went full on into it. But then once I embraced it, I was like, well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go whole hog. Because when you were in preschool maybe, Elf on a Shelf happened. Do you remember when the elves appeared?
Like, did it start happening around my generation?
No, I mean for you personally. Did we get them when you were in preschool still? Or like pre-K, I think.
Yeah,
I think
like
it was
that.
pre-K.
And did we get them at the Barnes & Noble shop, or did we get them at Target?
Target.
You should already think... Like, your logic as a
you're
kid
in Target buying a thing that's going to be
buying...
alive in your house?
Dude, you're buying a thing in a box, like in a plastic box, and it's, like, what is it called? It's, like, tied to the thing, and you're thinking, Now this thing can fly around at night.
Go
This
all the way to
thing-
North Pole and come back.
This thing, right?
Kids don't know, though. They don't know.
I know, but how did I like not logically think of
little.
that? There is really
I
something to be
feel
said about
like
having faith in those things. Like I really believed like those things as a kid.
I believe they can fly.
I like really believe that shit.
I think it was either when you were in preschool, with like the preschool where you met Aiden, Dino, and stuff. Because I feel like the classroom had one, or it was pre-K when you went the year before to Cardin, because you came home and I didn't even know about it. I'd never heard of it. And some of your classmates had one, and they were all talking about their elves and what did your elf do and what is your elf wearing and what's your elf
wearing?
Elf, what are you
And also,
wearing?
like-
What are you wearing?
And like we talked about in our school episode, this was like the one school that I went to that was low key like preppy,
Shitty?
and everybody was pretty rich
I'm
and
like,
stuff. So
shitty.
you can imagine like these parents are probably going all out for these elves. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so you came home and you were like, "Can we get an elf on the shelf? My friends have one." And I think at one point one of your at the classroom had one or something. So I was just like, I mean, whatever, we can check. And then I remember I was looking it up and I talked to some other mom friends and Chloe's mom was super into it. Remember Chloe?
That makes sense.
We were really good friends with I don't think she acts anymore, but her name is Chloe Noel. She was on True Blood. She was a little kid on there. And anyway, like super, super sweet friend of Aubrey's for many years. And her mom, Jen, and I were very close friends. And I mean, she went all out with this elf. And she was showing me all the different things that she did. And I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, she was begging, like, please, 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 can we have one? And she was not one to beg for toys and stuff. But I was like, okay, we can do it. But then once you start doing it, you're like, oh God, now I have to do it.
You have feelings and care about you. Of course you want that.
Oh my God. I will, for those of you who are watching the podcast on YouTube, I'll send our editors some of the photos of some of our elf moments.
Yeah.
I mean, because she was into it.
Oh, I loved it.
Into it. I think I even have some video of
it's like an advent calendar, how you get a different thing every day. But
Yeah.
like a thing that you think is living.
Well, and then she also begged for a second one. So your first one was the girl, right? And her name, do you remember her name?
Gracie. And then the second one.
This is when you know
you're
you're
a couple years later,
you
right?
know you're a theater kid when you name your elf.
When you name your elf on the shelf Pippin. Yeah. Yeah.
Pippin.
I still love that musical.
She's like 8 years old and she's naming her elf Pippin. Oh man, we're dorks. Okay.
I also named my guinea pig after my biology teacher in school.
But you named your parakeet.
Oh, I also named my I have the weirdest names for animals and like stuffed animals too.
Your parakeet was
my parakeet was named Broadway.
Broadway.
Literally just Broadway. But that also has a story behind it because he liked Broadway music. Like he would like calm down when we played it.
Yeah, like 'cause he would be like, he would be like
you'd play him
crazy
the music and he'd like sing or
we'd
just
turn
kind
on
of,
show
like,
tunes and he'd be like beep 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 beep.
He'd
Be
get
all
a
happy.
lot more quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the story. So Aubrey was into the elves, and we also got their pet reindeer, and her name was Sniffalina.
Hell yeah, it was.
Hell yeah, her name was Sniffalina. I don't know how that happened, but that was her name. And they had outfits. They had all. Man, I did a pretty good job with the elves. We handmade them skirts and little blankets for the reindeer. Like we really did. And
the reindeer was cute. It had like little socks.
Wear socks and a little saddle pad. And so and then I would move the elves every night like you're supposed to, and they would bring her pieces of candy and leave her notes and say nice things, and they'd be doing funny things. Once one went all the way to Knott's Berry Farm with us, made it to the hotel room.
I remember that shit.
Yep, to the classroom at Modern Family. Miss Sharon was in on that. I mean,
You did so good.
like literally the elf would be in the car for the ride down to the Fox lot.
Somehow magically.
And you're like, oh, we have to look for the elves. I'm like, we don't have time. Let's get in the car. We have to go to work. And then she'd get in the car. Ta-da! the elf was in the
I
car.
just knew we were on its way to work. We were on our
So,
way to work.
I worked it. I worked
You
the
really
elves.
did. You worked that elf.
So here's how Aubrey found out about the elves.
Well, should I tell? Well, I just
Well, I'm sorry about
'cause of my
Santa
cola.
and then subsequently the elves.
So, here's where my suspicion started.
Get out your tissues.
So you know how they say you can't touch the elves, right? So, one time when I was alone, not at my mom's house, at a different parent's house, I thought to myself, what if I just touched it while nobody was around? And it felt like this naughty thing to do. I don't really know. I was just like, let me just touch it and find out. And so I did, and surely enough, it didn't fall on the floor and die like in the animations. I don't know why. Like it says if you
there
touch
were
it.
animations of them dying from being touched.
No, but them being sick because you touched them.
Oh,
but then
Lord.
there's people back me up in the comments if your kid has an elf, or if you're a kid who had a parent do an elf on the shelf for you, or you know about the lore. But there's a ritual to bring them back.
Yes,
and
it's
where you put
something to do
cinnamon
with
on it.
yes.
Why was it cinnamon?
And then also they
cinnamon
started making up
sticks
more
and,
rules, you could touch them as long as it wasn't with your hands. So people were getting out oven mitts and kitchen tongs.
People got crazy.
Because sometimes an elf would fall from where it was posed, and they're like, "Oh my God, the elf is gonna!" So they'd have to get out the kitchen tongs and pick up the elf to move it to a safe spot.
I know. I thought, because there was an Elf on the Shelf
Mom's
animation series made by the Elf on the Shelf people.
Oh yeah, you watched that. You had the DVD.
Yeah. So I kind of knew about that stuff, and it didn't fall. And I was like, dang, okay. But I didn't really say anything to anybody. I just let that pass for a bit, and then
She's sneaky.
yeah. But then I started, my suspicions started to be, and then from there.
So this is when you were, I can't remember if you were 8 or 9, but we were driving to my friend's house for a holiday party where there were lots of families with kids. And on the way there, we were literally just pulling into their driveway, and she goes to me, "Mommy, is Santa Claus real or not? Because people at school told me that it's not real." And I was like, well, I think a lot of parents say, I said, do you want to know the truth even if it makes you very sad? Or do you want to just not know and just keep believing what you believe now? And she was like, nope. She was ready. She said, no, I want to know the truth no matter what. I really want to know the truth. And I said, okay. I said, we were pulled into the driveway, and I turned around, I remember, in the back of the car, and I said, so Santa is not real. It's usually your parents who do it for you. And she was alarmingly calm. She just went all right, I thought so. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, honey. But that doesn't mean that we have to stop doing Santa Claus. You can still get gifts from Santa and everything. And she was like, yeah, okay. I said, all right, sorry. I know it's kind of a bummer. Everybody's upset when they find out.
Yeah.
And she went, that's all right. And we were literally, she was about to open the door. We were about to get out of the car. And she went, oh, but what about the elves? It was the worst. Oh, God. This is when the shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, she's so calm right now. She won't freak out. Right. And I said, well, honey, if Santa's not real, what do you think about the elves? And she was like, you lost your marbles. You were sobbing. Do you remember that, crying in the car? You were sobbing uncontrollably.
I completely remember this. Honestly, the way that I felt in that car, I don't think I had really felt again until I had gotten rejected by a boy for the first time.
It was
it was the same amount of crash out. I had never
hardcore.
Felt that
Yeah.
way.
You had a complete meltdown.
Because the elves, in my opinion, if you think Santa's the whole shebang, whatever, but the elves are your little guardian angels that are your angels watching after you, who specifically they know you personally because they're in your house.
Yeah, I think because they were there with you every day.
I see it.
Yeah.
I don't see Santa Claus. I see my elves every single day, and have created who they are in my brain. And so that's why it's so
Yeah,
upsetting.
because you name them and
Yeah.
you kind of create a little world. She had like little, she'd make furniture. She made a little tree and wrapped little pretend presents and put a whole little living room so they could be comfortable. And you put your little horse toy fence up so that Sniffalina had a place to go. Oh, man.
Aw.
She was devastated. So this is my favorite part of this story, though, is so we're about to walk into this party with all these other kids, like a lot of kids who are younger than her and the same age. And I'm like, so now you have to have that awkward talk of like, you can't ruin it for other kids. Now you have to also be part of the big lie.
It is.
So
Look,
fucked
the
up,
big
you guys.
lie.
It's so
Like-
fucked up. Yeah. And so I said, Aubrey, like, let's just sit in the car for a couple minutes until you can calm down and just gather your. No, I'm fine. It's
That-
fine.
I hope you know this is how I am too on a daily basis. Like with other things.
No,
It's
I
like,
mean, not that
we can
dramatic.
like chill out for a second. No, I don't want to.
Let's just go.
No, she says that I'm not like that much anymore. But like, if she saw like how I was with my boyfriend, like,
I'm glad that you're
knows
saving
what
it for him now. So, I mean, that's part of
that's so
growing
how
up.
I am.
So, and I was like, do you want to just sit in the car so you can calm down? But she's like, no, it's fine. I'll be fine. She's like snot, tears. She's doing that hyperventilating, crying. And I'm like, honey,
I'm the
you
type of
are,
person-
you
there's
are.
like no mid cry. I don't have like a mid cry or like a really calm.
It's
cry.
hyperventilating
Nah,
or just a
it's
couple
like,
tears.
If it's about myself, unless I'm maybe watching a movie, but even then I ugly cry sometimes. If it's like something about myself or something that's happening in real life to other people, it's like if I'm around something else, I like literally can't control it. Like it's so embarrassing too. My face gets so red. Oh.
Well, and I was just, do you want to stay in the car? And you're like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, I don't think you are fine right now. I think it might be good for you to just take a couple minutes, take some deep breaths. And you're like, it's fine. And you got out of the car, like, and I said, okay, wait, just stop. I had to like stop her in the driveway. I'm like, okay, before we go in there though, there are little kids in there. There's like 5-year-olds, there's 4-year-olds, like they don't know, honey. And so part of your responsibility as a bigger kid is you cannot tell them. You can't say anything, okay? If they say anything about Santa or their elves or anything, just nod and smile, right? And she was like, okay. And she was like trying to like break away and go in the house. I said, okay, but what are you going to say when everybody asks you why you're crying hysterically right now? And she goes, I'm just going to tell them I got some really bad news. And then you like marched into the house. I'm like, well, it's not a lie. You did get some really bad news.
You know what,
Some really bad news.
Diva from day one. Like,
And she almost told a kid. So they had bought gingerbread house kits for all of you to make, and you were sitting at the table with all the other kids making the gingerbread houses. And one of the other kids said something about, well, blah, 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 Santa Claus. And you turned to him like you were about to say something. And I was like, and I caught you, and I was like, no, And you're like,
it's like this.
like you just glared at me like, you were so
It's like
upset.
the betrayal. Like,
Right? Is it worth it? Okay,
your whole life you're told something, and it ends up to just be
for real. Tell us in the comments
how you guys found out. That
if
Santa
you're
Claus
watching
wasn't
on
real.
YouTube, or you can also like, I'm trying to think how else they can like communicate with us. But like, I would love to
DMs
hear.
on Instagram. things
Yeah,
like
DM
that.
us on Instagram where it's Aubrey Amy Let's Discuss. That's our Instagram handle, Aubrey Amy Let's Discuss. And we'll post about this episode. Write in the comments or DM us about if your kid experience finding out or your parent experience of having to tell, because
Yeah, let us know.
how did you handle it? Did it go well? Did it not? Because I think it's just and how do you feel about it? Do you wish, was it worth it? Okay, Aubrey, was it worth it? The experience that you got to
Yes.
have during the years that you believed, was it worth the pain of finding out that it was that you were manipulated and lied to for years?
Yes, I think
You're
so.
glad you had it?
But like now, like holidays are just really mid, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, there's no
I'm
Santa
glad
Claus
I'm not
for grown-ups.
believing in lies, but you know, holidays. I think I'm like figuring out what the holidays are for myself as I get older now, and because like we don't usually really go to extended family for Christmas.
Yeah.
that
And you
much
know
anymore.
what? I mean, maybe
So-
not for everybody, because a lot of people have like a very traditional thing that they've done every year for years and years and years. But I will say this, for me at least, like it even keeps evolving throughout your life as you get into an older stages of adulthood. Because for me, obviously, for years when you have a kid, it's all about kids. Where it's like, what are we gonna get the gifts? What's Santa gonna do? The elves? Are we gonna go on a trip? Everything revolves around kids. And now that you're like becoming this adult of your own, yeah, you kind of are redefining like, do I care about any of that stuff? Like, remember last year I didn't really want to put up the tree, and I was like, well, put up a tree if you want to. I said, but I don't. I'm kind of like whatever about it. And you're like, technical difficulties.
Welcome back to Just Aubrey. Let's discuss. Don't know where Amy went, but
okay, I'm back.
What did you guys do for Valentine's Day? Did you guys have a Galentine's?
I have never had a good Valentine's. I think like,
oh my god,
ever.
My boyfriend just told me, he's like, it's amazing. We didn't fight yesterday on Valentine's Day.
Amazing.
And I was like, well, what do you mean? Like, we're expected to not fight with each other because it's the day that we have to celebrate each other. And he goes, I know, and that's why you end up in a fight, because you're expected not to fight each other.
So has he always had fights on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, whatever significant other he's had, he said if he's had a Valentine, he's like fought.
Oh my gosh, that's a good sign then. You guys get along.
We made it through the day, no arguments.
That's good. I don't think I've ever really had a good Valentine's Day. I'm trying to think. There must have been like one person who did something nice for me.
Like, I was about to name drop, like...
Okay, what about this guy? What about this guy?
I was about to, like, go through the list.
No, I know.
But I go through the Amy...
it's a short list.
The Amy roster.
Well, I'm sure, like, my college boyfriend, first guy, he probably did some nice stuff for me, but that was so long ago. I mean, I'm 53 now, so that was, like, 30 whatever years ago. So, I don't really remember. But, you know, it's funny, though, speaking of, like, that long ago, when I was in college... One of my part-time jobs that I had when I was a student was I worked at a Hallmark store.
Oh, right.
This is a message to all the straight men out there. This is just to straight men specifically, okay? Y'all need to get your shit together, because this is what would happen every year at that Hallmark store. The day of Valentine's Day, all the straight men would
like
be...
Trader Joe's.
They would be freaking out, running into the Hallmark store after work at like 6 o'clock. And by then, there is nothing left. There is nothing. And they would literally buy anything that had red on it. They're like, this is red, I'll buy this. And then like, they would just buy anything that was crappy that was left. I'm like, man, you doing a horrible job.
That's how I felt like last year too. I dated somebody for a really short period of time. But they were my Valentine. Like, they asked me to be their Valentine. And it was just like...
Are you saying Valentine?
Valentine.
Okay.
That's my Valentine. I said Tyne and he was my Valentine. And it was just like... I just felt like, oh, okay. He picked me flowers from his backyard and put it in a water bottle and gave it to me.
Is this... We're not going to say, but like...
His name
any names or anything? Is this the person that... works at that particular store?
No!
Oh! Wait!
That was over the summer!
Oh, is this the guy that you drove to the middle of in the dark to meet on a trail in the middle of the dark?
No.
Aubrey's
putting some dirt on my name right
Aubrey
now.
has made some poor choices.
Okay.
But, I realized it was like way
if
low.
I'm ever single again, I'm actually gonna be single.
Ever.
Like... It's true. I'm just
didn't I try to? I was just like, Aubrey, why don't you just enjoy being single for a while? Just focus on you, you know. And you're like, okay, and then you'd be dating somebody like 2 minutes later.
To realize now that I don't want to just like go on dating apps all the time and seek things out all the time. Like, I just focus on myself now.
As we used to say in college, girl, you did not need a man.
But yeah. So it was like the water, like, no. Were you asking me if it was?
No,
like,
no.
Okay.
We're not gonna identify anybody.
Okay.
Or where they work or whatnot.
It very much just felt like, oh shit, like he just like last minute went into the store and just bought like a mini box of chocolates. Cause
what was it? A little box of chocolate.
It was like a Kit Kat heart, and then it was also a little like a plastic water bottle, like a canyon or something, filled with like flowers that he picked, like from his backyard.
Okay, that's not horrible
cute.
For like,
it was cute. We also weren't that like, he was my boyfriend, but it wasn't that serious. Like,
Yeah.
we hadn't been dating for a long time.
And they didn't date for a long time.
And we didn't date for a long time.
Oh, boy.
It does just feel like sometimes, like, oh, like, you can tell people are scrambling. It's like how everybody on TikTok talks about Trader Joe's. Like, in the morning, lines and lines and lines for flowers.
Yeah. Crazy.
Which is very sweet because it shows
Well,
that
flowers
they
you do
care.
have to buy last minute. You can't buy them in advance because one,
know,
where you're
my
going to hide
boyfriend,
them,
yeah.
and two, they're going to die. So, oh, you know what? This has nothing to do with the holidays, but I made the mistake of going to Trader Joe's today, which happens to be a Sunday, after my hike, because it was kind of on the way home from my hike, and I wanted to get some stuff. So that's why you go to the store. You want to get some stuff. Okay, Amy. So, the parking lot of almost all Trader Joe's are a nightmare, as we all know. They're especially a nightmare on a Sunday, and the one that's by our house is one of the worst. It's just a very
such
busy
small parking lot. And there's
it's
so
a
many
small
things.
parking lot, and there's a ton of stores in that mall. And this is a very populous area, and it's a very like popular area to shop and stuff. So anyway, it was nuts. People were like, like you're waiting for people to start like shooting each other because it gets very stressful in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of parking lot where the spaces are slanted one way or the other. So there's definitely a right way and a wrong way that you're drive up and down. Well, I was pulling into an aisle, and a person was starting to come out and on the right side. So I put on my blinker to go in there. And then on the left side, there were two people who were just finishing loading their cars and were going to get in and back out, right? And a woman came toward me going totally the wrong direction. So it's not like 2 lanes. It's only a 1 lane. It's very small lanes. And she's now going completely the wrong direction. And then she just stopped. I think she realized she was going the wrong way and also like just didn't know what to do. And she was elderly, and I was like, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And she literally just stopped and just froze. She just stopped in the middle of the lane.
You know what? Me
So
too,
she's,
girl. Like,
she's
I
now
would too.
blocking me. There's a line of people behind me. The 2 people who want to back out and leave can't get out, and the person who I wanted to pull into their space also can't leave. So I rolled down my window. I'm like, ma'am, you have to either go forward, or when that person comes out, you can back into their space. And she was like, I know. And I said, because you're pointing the wrong way. She goes, I know. So she had a thick accent. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm like, oh God, this poor woman. I know. And all I could think of was like, what if you left your homeland and you were in another country where you didn't speak the language and you're trying to navigate life and you're elderly? I'm like, okay. This poor woman, I felt really badly for her. And so, people are honking. Well, people are mean everywhere in the United States right now. So like people were honking. They were all honking like behind me and stuff because it was backing up the whole parking lot at this point.
Oh, no.
So then the first car on the left, who was like, they wanted to back up and leave. She was like, that lady, I got out of my car. And I finally was like, I'm just going to help her. Because otherwise we're all going to be stuck here. It's not helping if we all yell at her and honk at her. And so I got out of my car, and that lady goes, she needs to not be driving anymore. And I'm like, well, it's going to be okay. Like, there's nothing we can do about that now. What are we going to take away her driver's license right now? Like, okay, we have a problem now. Let's try to solve it.
And I was like,
so
I literally see each other again. Why are we?
I was trying to direct her how to back into the space. Even though she was pointing the wrong way, she could back into the space because we made room for that other car to leave. And then she was like trying to back into it, and she couldn't do it. And I was like, no, turn your wheel this way. I'm like, no, you need to go backwards. I was really trying to help her. And I just said, do you want me to do it for you? And she's like, yes, please. Aww. She got out of her car, and I parked her car for her. And, I'm not trying to say like I'm such like a wonderful like saint or whatever, but it really just
People
like,
are mean.
It just really made me think of like, how hard is that? Like, to just be in another country and like, I think it's just hard to be old in general. I mean, that woman definitely should not be driving. She shouldn't.
Yeah, she was confused.
But in that moment, it's like, oh my God, like someone just needs to help her. I don't know. My heart just really went out to her. And then, oh my God, this was the thing. So then after I pulled her car into the spot, and then I was like, okay, like it's good now. And she went, I like this.
I like
this. Oh my God, it was so sweet. And she gave me a hug. And literally, this is how long it took her to get her bag and get out of the car and get her cart and get into the store. I was leaving and she is just coming in. Like, that's how slow she is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh God, that poor woman. I hope she has someone in her life who's helping her, because
Yeah, like an assistant at
she
home
shouldn't
or
be.
something.
Anyway, that was my Trader Joe's story of the day. Poor
Aw.
lady. I like this.
Do you think she was trying to say I love you, or what do you think she was trying to say?
Just like the thank you, like that was
Yeah.
helpful or whatever.
That's so
But she was like,
sweet.
Limworo.
Oh my god, okay, let's not put those two together.
No, because
Maybe
he was
cancel
trying
it.
to be nice to us, and we're like, oh, are you kidding us, driving us around?
Yeah, people get
Limworo.
so weird about driving in LA. Like,
They do.
it's brutal. And I feel
And
like
I'm not gonna lie,
I've
I
learned
like
to,
cuss people out in my car all the time. I'm like, God damn it! But I mean, not to
She's
their,
so
not
much
to their
worse
face
than
though.
me.
No, I don't like yell at the actual people though. I just do it
Other people
inside of
do.
my car.
I actually have no clue if anybody who's honked at me or passed me has like flipped me off or done anything
Oh,
crazy.
you don't
'cause I
remember?
decided not to look.
Well, that's
I don't
nice.
look. You know what I
Like,
mean?
I'm gonna live in my
'Cause
own
They
bubble.
could be in the car next to me, like,
Do you?
and I
you-
wouldn't know at all because I choose not to look.
Okay, you definitely remember that incident
I
driving home
remember
from
with
high
you,
school,
but I'm
though.
saying by myself,
By
when I'm
yourself.
alone in the car driving myself, I choose not to look now.
You're like, they could be honking at anyone, and it's not me.
they're definitely not passing me because I'm going way too slow on the road.
Well, I picked her up from school one day. So her high school was about a 20-minute drive from our house. And here, nobody really uses buses. So, like, you have to pick your kid up from school if they can't walk or whatever, or have their own car. So this is before she drove. I picked her up. And we were driving home when we were at the stoplight. And there was, a person, a man, in a big
man.
van to the right of us. And his window was down. And he was clearly not in his right mind. And he had like a weird, like, megaphone speaker, like, attached to the side of his van so he could
theorist to
yell
the
at
max
people. Yeah, he
looking,
was
like,
he was shady, and he was already like honking and yelling at the lady in front of him to go because he was turning right, and we were in the right-hand lane just waiting to the lights change to go forward. And then, like, he was yelling at the lady in front of him and honking his horn. And then that lady finally went and he pulled up and, like, stopped right next to us. And he looked over at us through the passenger window, Aubrey being the passenger. And he went, "Fucking immigrants." And Aubrey was like, "Mom, what do I do? What do I do?" I'm like, just keep looking forward. Just
I forgot
don't
about
acknowledge.
this.
You didn't remember. Yeah, I'm like, just don't even acknowledge him. Just pretend he's not there. Just look forward. The light's gonna change in a second. We're gonna be able to drive away. And he actually then, like, turned right after like a couple seconds. But, like, that was, I think, the first time you ever experienced, like, just full on in your face racism like that. Because you said you had never really been picked on in school or anything for racial.
No, I hadn't.
Because there's so many Asian kids here. Like, what? I grew up where it was like mostly all white
There
kids,
was a
so
lot
I
of
got
Asian
picked
kids
on
in
all
my
the time.
school, but in general, there's a lot of Asian kids, and
Tons,
like,
yeah.
I know a lot of Asian actors too, as friends. So,
But yeah, that was like, I have a stand-up bit about that now. Did I tell you,
You
that?
do? You
Yeah,
do?
I do. It's really funny.
oh my gosh, you need to perform sometime. You should.
I know, I do. I'm a comedian, for those of you who don't know, but I've been, like, off stage now for like a year and a half at least. I just
You
been
should
like,
get back on stage and record
I do
some
want
vertical
to.
cuts of it so you can post it online.
I know, I want to. I just, like, it gets to the evening and I'm so exhausted. I just don't want to leave the house at that. Look at what's happened to me. What's happening?
This girl.
I do want to, but it's a lot of effort because in LA it's like it requires like driving through rush hour traffic to get to like a 10-minute spot for no money.
That's
And
so
sitting
true.
around for like, 30, 40 minutes for your time to go on stage, and then you go on stage for like 10, 15 minutes and then you get back in traffic and drive home. It's hard to find value in it, but I have been wanting to get back on stage again, so
Yeah,
we'll
'cause
see.
I want to watch you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
I
I
feel
get
like
to.
now I'm old enough to appreciate you doing comedy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
you've only seen me do actually like live stand up like once, twice.
three times maybe.
When else? Oh, well. Anyway, that's
Maybe-
fine. We can talk about.
Yeah. Anyways, this is
We should
not
do-
on the topic of holidays.
Yeah, we're not, and we actually have to wrap up because we're getting close to our time. But yeah, tell us in our comments on Instagram and on YouTube. Tell us about your holiday experiences, like your experiences about your childhood, and then as a parent, would love to hear about it. And also in your comments, let us know if there are different topics you want us to talk about. Somebody actually had a really good suggestion for us to talk about, like our first live performances we ever attended, and like our favorite live performances we've ever attended.
Ooh,
That would
like
be a fun
concerts
episode. Yeah,
and things?
concerts, shows.
I would love to talk about that. If you
Yeah.
have any cool suggestions, let us know. Any foods you want us to try?
Yes.
Definitely let us know.
We're always going to do a food review on.
yeah.
Oh, and I would say this, the buffalo chicken dip from Trader
100%
Joe's.
recommend.
10 out of 10. It's delicious. Be sure to heat it up though. You have to eat it warm. And with the corn chip dippers, our dog made
Chef's
them.
kiss. Yeah.
You know how your
those
dog's
memes
feet
on Instagram?
smell like corn chips?
Yeah, they all smell like corn chips. And like there's been that thing recently where it's like AI like made videos and pictures of dogs working at Frito factories.
Corn chip factories.
I like corn chip factories.
So we
with their
like
paws. They have like a little net on. Like,
we like to
maybe
fantasize that
we'll
when
send a picture
when we're
whenever-
sleeping at night
Put
that
it
our
in-
dog goes to her graveyard shift at the corn chip factory.
Yeah. Or it's like if we're not home for a full day, that's where she was. She was at the corn chip
working
factory.
hard at a corn chip factory. That totally went off topic. I digress.
Anyways.
We digress. But anyway, please follow us on social media. Aubrey, Amy, Let's Discuss on Instagram, and then we each have our individual TikTok and
Which
Instagram
you can
accounts.
Find me, if you look up Frances Anderson or Aubrey Anderson-Emmons, you'll find it.
Yep, same here. Amy Anderson. Oh, also I made this hat.
Yeah, she has a crocheting business.
If you want to look, we're just gonna plug all of our stuff now.
Okay,
Aubrey
let's
has
stop.
an EP called Drown. I have an Etsy shop. It's lobsterknits.etsy.com.
Lobster knits.
Lobster, because you're lobster. That's her nickname.
It
It's
is
the
my
Lobster
nickname.
Knits.
Anyways.
But yeah, we're all over the place, so you can just find us. But thanks so much, you
Mentally
guys.
all over the place.
Do we
Online
mention-
all over the place? Everywhere.
Do we mention how ADHD we both are? Okay.
Okay.
Undiagnosed. We diagnosed ourselves. Thank you very much.
Boy, this is gonna get controversial. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Goodbye.
boy. All right. Thanks. I'm Amy.
And I'm Aubrey.
You've been watching
Let's Discuss.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to Let's Discuss with Aubrey and Amy.
Edited by the amazing Andrew Adame.
And special thanks to Eric Demchik for his technical help.
Let's Discuss was recorded on our couch at home in sunny Los Angeles.
Follow us on Instagram at Aubrey Amy Let's Discuss.
See you next time.